All right, Baker and Molasses at the Movies. We're broadcasting from Bavaro Pizza.
I love it.
We love it here.
What a great place.
It is so nice.
It's like an old New Jersey pizza joint.
It is.
Like Sinatra, you can hear the clanging glasses. And
Yes.
we need a little Sinatra here, though.
Yeah.
I said that. When in doubt, put Sinatra in your...
We do need it instead of the electro music. But,
Yeah.
Yeah, we're in the executive seats. We're kicking back.
Let's throw that idea at them.
Okay, we should.
We'll do a little Sinatra.
Yeah, music means a lot.
Absolutely.
Soundtrack. Okay, good. So we did the show tonight, your show.
Yeah, it was emotional. It was kind of a dedication. I want to do a dedication to Jake Jacobson, but also to Jake as one of my mentors. You had mentors as well,
right,
who were influencing us into loving film along the way. You get people that you connect with, we've connected.
Right.
And, whether it was a TV host in your town or a video store, Video Renaissance, the wonderful store is no longer, or Roger Ebert, watching him with Gene Siskel.
I know.
It just kind of pushed the ball if you dig it,
Yeah.
and Jake was that, it's been a year, and a year goes by and it's sad you're not going to be able to do a scene with him again,
Right.
in real life, and like we're doing a little scene here,
Yeah.
a two-person scene.
And I think don't you think there's room in our society for another Siskel and Ebert type of thing? Because I think people need the distraction. They like information about films.
Yes.
I wish there was a show still.
Well, this is it.
This is it.
This is
And your
it.
show's
We need
it.
to
We need a
disagree
bigger
more.
platform.
We need to disagree more.
I think we do.
You need to be meaner.
Okay.
Or you could have easily shot back. Well, you're the mean one.
But you're not. See, maybe we just
well,
are two nice people.
I need to be.
We need a third jerk here.
I know a few jerks. The third jerk. I like it.
But you know what? I was when I emailed Jim Healy, who I thank today.
Yeah, was one of your heroes. That's
right,
cool.
Helped me out at the Drive-In Theater in Rochester. Oh shoot, where was I going with that?
No, you're talking about doing reviews, thanking them for influencing you, giving you the chance to do your thing out there.
Oh, but I was telling him how I live in Sarasota now, and it's a great place for movies. I mean, this weekend, I was thinking we have Tension 2 nights in a row. We have Key Largo tomorrow night at the Opera House.
Right. It's a wonderful venue, number one.
That's a tense movie. I remember watching it for
I
the
love
first
it.
time, probably 10 years ago, and was like, wow, this is tense.
Yeah, it's tense, and it's John Huston, and it's just a beautiful cast.
It is.
Talking about Betty McCall, right?
Yeah.
She's great, and Edward G. and to me, one of the greatest actors ever, Lionel Barrymore.
Oh my gosh,
He's
yes.
so great.
And he actually, I read, whatever, that he had arthritis.
Yeah.
And so when he got up to punch that guy and fell, that was like the real deal almost. Like
Yes.
he was very arthritic and
Yeah, and he was in the chair a lot, and you see him. You see him in this movie, and then you think that's Mr. Potter and It's a Wonderful
Right.
Life.
You do.
And but the Barrymores is as good an acting family that ever lived, really.
Yeah, definitely.
With John, Lionel, and Drew.
Right.
It's like another
I know,
generation.
it's a whole chain.
And Ethel Barrymore, I'm leaving her out, maybe the best out of the four.
Right.
But so, are you going to go to the?
I think I might.
Yeah. So.
I haven't been to the Opera House yet, so
Oh.
I mean I've been there for a musical thing, but
Oh my God,
never
it's great.
filmed. So I think I will. And then Saturday night is Surviving Lunch, right? Is that the name?
Surviving Lunch with K.T. Curran's film.
That's a tense film too, from the trailer I saw. I
Yes.
haven't seen it yet, but
Sarasota Film Festival.
it's important. It's an important film,
It's a great discussion film.
right?
Bullying and guns, and KT is very thoughtful director in the sense that I don't think she's just thinks there's one solution.
No,
Like for instance, get rid of all the guns.
right?
You're never going to be able to get rid of all the guns
Right.
because, and I know that sounds like it's kind of a childish argument, but the bad people will always find the guns.
Well, and I think her point was well taken on your show last week. She said something about cell phones, that we really should shut the phones off.
I love
and I
that.
think that is the foundation of the problem. It's not that suddenly that we have a lot of mentally ill kids. No. We have families that are broken.
Yes.
They're not like communicating.
Yes.
They're not together. They're not
Yes.
teaching like morals, which is necessary. And I'm talking about like do not hurt someone,
Yeah.
like simple morals.
Yeah, and just hanging out and connecting with your kids, which takes the time of a lot of the interruptions or the things that are perceived as communication today, the texting, the tweeting, the social media. There's a negative, there's almost like a high school mentality of bullying that has taken the 10th power. Where you were in high school, and let's say you know, when I was in high school and you were in high school, and this wasn't that long ago, but it was a while ago.
Right.
And you had somebody who's mean to you. Well, you didn't have the internet outlet and the ability to put on smartphone and message somebody and share and wreck someone's.
You're right. It was more isolated.
No, you went to went, the weekend. You had a respite from it.
Exactly.
And you go back and you punch a kid in the face. Or you deal with it, or I don't know.
You could avoid it a lot easier.
You could avoid the noise.
Exactly.
The constant noise, I think, is a problem.
Right.
Where there's no space.
Quiet space. You're right. So anyway, I think
her point is great.
Yeah, I think so too. She gets the fact that it's not just guns; it's a whole problem.
So how much of the problem do you think is mental illness when the institutions were emptied? I think that's a big component.
Right.
But I think for the younger folks, the younger gunmen. And it's not just they want to say people, they being the experts. It's across the board. It's not just the white male. It's a cross section. I looked at a picture of all. There were a lot of black shooters. There were a lot of Asian. I was surprised at the end. There weren't a lot of females. So that's one thing maybe we need to be more like the ladies. They don't seem to be. They take out an anger.
Right.
The same way.
Physical anger.
So there's something good to be learned from that.
Right.
But I don't know. It's a tough thing.
Yeah.
Do you believe in publicizing when somebody? I think the media feeds into that when you mention the killer's name.
Yeah.
But
I think it's important to look at the person because they're still a person. I mean, even they did a cruel act. But for instance, the one boy in the Florida shooting, I can't remember the name of the school, Stoneman Douglas.
Yeah.
Okay, if you look at his background, it was horrendous. And I mean, I'm not blaming anyone but him. However, it all contributes. If you have a horrible background and are abused for years, you are not going to have a human feeling for other human beings. It's just not.
No, you're not.
It's almost like pit bulls. I don't mean to be like.
No, I think it's
a silly comparison.
It's a great analogy, actually.
If you groom a pit bull to
hate and kill, you're going to have them doing that. I think it's a wonderful analogy. Actually, that's one of my.
I mean, you have to care for someone in order for them to be caring. It's just, and I speak from a teacher's perspective and not a know-it-all, but I just saw too many times when a lot of these kids were mistreated and they just lashed out. I didn't see shootings, thank God, but you could almost see like the anger and the frustration in some of these kids.
So that hatred is taught.
If it wasn't taught, it was sort of groomed because they were ignored, right?
Okay, it's groomed and it's fed.
Right.
From lack of good input.
I mean, one of the cruelest things I ever heard a parent say in a parent conference was, parents said to all of us teachers, with the kid present, I'm going to throw all of you under the bus, meaning the teachers, because I don't have time for him. So he's got to stay after with you guys.
Wow.
And it was like, I can't even imagine being that child, hearing my parent go, I don't have time for you. Like, what? That just broke my heart. Like,
it breaks your heart because there's
and
no
that's probably minor to what we know happens in a household behind closed doors, right? I mean,
no, that's totally right. That's actually a pretty civil self-realization that they can't handle it.
Right, and
how
then-
many beat the kid up?
And then one other real short thing. I showed this video once. It was called "I Forgot My Phone," and there was a short video someone did, profound, about one person who was with all these people. She forgot her phone, but all of her friends had their phone, and how isolated she felt because they're all on their phones and she didn't have her phone. And I remember showing it to my students, and I'm not kidding you, 4 or 5 hands went up after it ended, of kids saying, yeah, I wish my mom would get off Facebook, or it was just, it broke my heart. I mean, kids were saying, I wish my parent could see this. So they knew more than their parents did about, like, give attention.
Yeah.
It's so sad. I don't know. I don't mean to go off.
How did it get? I scratch my head and I'm going, how do we become dependent on? Listen, you write. We're both reviewers. We both do
Right.
this. I'm writing a book now. If I didn't have the internet, I'm not going to be that guy. But how do we become slaves? And I'm going to use the word slave.
Yeah.
To this phone. Where if I lose this phone, or if I'm not with it for the day, I'm an addict.
Right.
I realize that now, and I don't know. I'm just as bad as anybody else. I'm not going to put myself above or below. I'm just as bad.
No, but
how do we do that though?
I don't know. I think it's just a habit that just keeps going, and then people don't realize it because everyone else is doing it. I think that's part of the problem.
That's what it is, because the whole society is tuned in.
Right.
Because if you don't have a phone now, no one has a home phone, by the way.
Right. Yeah,
But
Ma
see,
Bell died a long time ago.
But see, there's something really deep about that. What we just
It
said.
is.
Not only there's no home phone, there's no home anymore.
That's very true.
So to me,
That's a great point.
the symbolism of where, let's say you're a young man, and I don't even know if you can talk like this today, and I'm going to call her at home for a date. Oh my God, you're already twittering and tweeting and texting,
Right.
sexting she likes you. Send me a picture. All that innocence is gone.
True.
I'm going to call her. I went, and I could cry right now. I went to my first Valentine. I don't know how we got on this thing, but Ruth Hedipole. We went to Corvette in Detroit. My mom took me, my beautiful mother, and I got this red and white dog for Ruth.
Aw.
For Valentine's Day. It was like my best gal for my best gal, and it was so. But there's nothing. It was just simple. And then school, and then you didn't know you were going to see him until the next year because you lived maybe in a different
Yes.
neighborhood.
Yes.
I don't know. Simplicity.
I know.
The innocence. Did you like the TV show Wonder Years?
I loved it.
That was my childhood.
I know.
I was Kevin Arnold, and my buddy was the other kid. What was his name? You're so good. And Winnie.
Yeah.
And Winnie. And we all had our Winnies, right? She's so
Yeah.
sweet.
I know, we're missing that innocence. Kids don't get to be innocent anymore. They
It's one of
don't.
my favorite shows.
Yeah.
So Key Largo tomorrow.
Okay, Key Largo, and then
Surviving Lunch. I hope people see this film and really. I think it's a long conversation. I know people say let's have a conversation, but I don't think it's one thing. But I think you have to have.
No, and as we were just talking, I think what's happening, people aren't aware of their own behavior because they don't get time to self-reflect anymore.
Yes.
So they don't realize the time they spend. Like if they started keeping a diary of how much time I spend on the internet, they would probably be shocked.
Oh God.
And when you think of that long game of, I mean, God forbid we get to 75 and we look back and we're like, what did I do in my 50s? Oh, I was on the internet. You know what I mean? Like,
Oh my God, that's
you know
fun.
what I'm saying? Like,
No, that's funny. I
what
was
did
on
you
the
do?
internet. Oh God.
You know, or your
That's
kid grows up and you
that's
look back
terrible.
and go, gee, do I remember when he was 10? I mean,
Yeah.
I think that is really important. And I think that's going to come out in the discussion. I think KT gets it. I really do. I think she,
I think she does, and I think it's an important film. I hope people come out.
yeah.
to see it Saturday, 6 o'clock
Yeah.
at the Sarasota Film.
And then there's 2 interesting movies coming out of Burns Court. Tel Aviv looks really good.
Oh yeah.
Oh, in fact, that one at the
I loved
the
it.
Sarasota Film Festival.
It was hilarious.
Best
I
world-
loved it.
Okay, I gotta go see it.
I loved it. It was.
It looks funny. And
Yes, it was
yeah,
funny. It was funny.
It looks really cute.